everybody. Welcome to Powerful Impact. It's me, SP. We got Morgan and Nev in the building. And today, our special guest is OG known for smoking.
Hey
How
yo,
are
truth,
you?
truth. I'm good. How are y'all?
All right. It's been a long time coming. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Man, I've been we talked to Know It All, but I really wanted to talk to you
Word.
about soul surgery,
Mm. Okay.
which is such a dope album, and the work you did on it was well done.
Thank you.
Can you tell me how that project? Well, first, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, kind of where you from,
Hmm.
and what you
Okay.
and how that impacted the way you make music.
Okay. So I'm from Greenpoint originally. Moved to Brownsville about like 3 years ago. Um, Making that album. I mean, you said
That's Brooklyn for everybody at home, just in
yeah,
case.
Brooklyn.
BK to the
Exactly.
fullest.
Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Um, but how I got impacted by making music? You said
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I always used to play the drums when I was like four, like a little tambora type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then like I always just made beats off like pencils and stuff. So 2019, I had a laptop around and I just started like copy and pasting fucking beats, and they were terrible. They were horrible, fucking terrible. But whatever, you have to do that. But yeah, that's how I got in. And now I fucking just make beats. It's crazy. But making soul surgery, it was tough
Mm-hmm.
because like I listen to those songs a lot. Like when I make an album, I listen to songs a lot. I'm tired, then until I get tired of them. So it was like a lot of listening to samples, a lot of, you know, we're all independent, so like it's all out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of trial and error, seeing what kind of beats he likes. It was a lot of that. It was good though. Going to
So
the
how do
studio
you?
with him.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, sorry.
No, just that. Just going to the studio with him, seeing, how he does, telling him, I like this one, I like this one. Kind of clashing sometimes, but that's what happens when you make good music, I guess.
I was wondering, was y'all in the same studio? Because it sounded like it. It sounded blended
Right,
well together.
right. Yeah, it was like we spent like a good amount of time together in the studio, mainly. It was a lot of like, oh shit, okay. Kind of like knowing who he is, and like, okay, and tying that to a type of beat. That's what that's how I send beats to people. It's like, I kind of want to know who you are. And some people be like, what the fuck? You just send me a beat.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. I get it. But then it's like trial and error. Then I have to send you, oh, you don't like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like
So when you're making beats, how do you start? Do you always start with samples, or like what's your process there?
that. I start with mainly, yeah, sample. It's a lot of like looking for samples off records. A lot of like just like listening to records in the background, playing Grand Theft Auto or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just like always like listening. And then like, when you hear something like, oh, you get up and go on the record like, oh shit, I have something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It could be like in a split second, it's like, oh shit. Creating is crazy. It's annoying. It's just because then you critique everything. It's so much, too much.
So
Do you
how
think?
many? What now?
Do you think it's a producer sometimes you can overthink it or overproduce? Like I always wonder with producers, how do they know that they're not over baking what they're making? Oh shoot, I got
Mm.
bars.
Yeah, I like doing. Yeah, that was good. I like it's like simplicity, in general, everywhere, and it shows probably in my music. But yeah, does that answer your question? What do you ask? Okay. All right, shit.
So like, how do you know when like it's done? Like, how at what point do you like? That's what he's kind of get like.
Mm.
If people just keep going at it and going at it, and then they end up overdoing
Yeah,
it.
overproducing
Saturated.
it,
Yeah.
oversaturating it. Like, how do you know? Like, all right, don't touch this damn thing. Don't overthink it. It's good. It's done. Like, how do you? Because you don't
It's
really
like,
have like an A&R or a manager, right? It's like it comes
right,
down to you.
right. It's like, it's always like, I listen to music and like I hear pockets, and like things are supposed to go places. That's how I kind of do it. Like a certain sound, I'm not sure what that sound is, and it's gonna be like, that's what the trial error is. Like at a certain sound, I mean at a certain point, like, oh, something needs to go here, and I never know what it is. But it's like, that's the homework. I gotta find it.
Yeah. So when you find that certain sound, because when you find that certain sound, do you normally go to more more of the albums that you know yourself, or do you like the obscure? Like a
Mm.
Latin artist from 1942, and you just hear a drum that you want from there.
Mm. Yeah, I try to just look for shit that nobody really heard before,
Hmm.
mainly, so I don't get like, no. Oh shit! How do you afford a Sade sample? Is that what he said? Sorry.
Yeah, because you were saying everything's out of pocket, and I wasn't really. I was just thinking. I was like, wow, I heard that Sade. I'm snitching now, but I heard the Sade
Nah,
joint, and I'm like,
that
yo,
one
how
that
do
one's
they
clear.
afford that? How you afford a Sade?
Um,
Because when I heard it, that's what I thought. So now you talking about, it, I'm like,
mm,
Anyway, you ain't got to answer that. So
yeah, yeah. Thank you for that. Nah, it's just not even affording. Is you got to just tweak things
Hmm.
because nobody's trying to pay out of pocket. Sade's expensive.
Yeah.
Sade's expensive. It's well deserved
allegedly.
though.
So, um, yeah. So, like I know you said how you started out, but like, did you have any like mentors that kind of showed you the ropes, or did you just figure it out on your own?
Mentors. Um, I can't say I did with music. Nah, it was just it left me out. It left me out. No, I just had to figure it out. I just had to figure it out. I kind of do the mentoring probably now because
Really?
nobody probably helped me. Yeah,
That's always like that's
I would. Right, right. That's the way it's
go ahead.
supposed to. I mean, I would ask people like, "Oh, how do I do this?" And they'll just like, "Yo, YouTube. Just hit me with it. Just hit up YouTube." Just like, okay, that's fair. People have things to do. I get that. Not mad at it.
That's always something like we've had discussions about like uh, that's part of giving back, right?
Yeah,
Like being that person for the people that are coming up, so they don't have to do it as they don't have to like
right.
always talk about people talking about OGs being like that, like uh, the founders that were they.
Mm.
It's like they think that you need to come up hard like they did, but really, like if
Yeah,
you're
that's
mentoring,
fucking.
like if they're, why would you want to do that to somebody? So that's
It's
great
just
that
so
you're
unnecessary.
right, right,
Like, why do that to somebody? Like, you don't want to give everybody your sauce, though. You don't want to do that. But
right,
it's
right.
like,
Like
I
there's
think
a
that's what it is.
fine line.
Right.
So in a way, were there inspirations? Like they might not be physical mentors, but like
Definitely
mentors in
inspiration.
spirit and mentors and kind of like, wow, I'm inspired by this. Were you inspired and motivated by anybody? And then secondly, what made you decide to pursue it full time or like seriously like a career to really put your hat in the ring?
I mean, first, I'm not full time. I wish I was full time doing it. But I really do wish I was full time. Fucking jobs suck. I'm a terrible worker. But I don't hear anybody.
You're
Okay,
good.
yeah. So, Who inspired me? Um, Shit. I actually have like a piece of paper in my room. I'm not in my crib right now. I think it's Q-Tip, Alchemist, DJ Muggs. Like I remember these names. Fucking Kyle, Rock Marciano, Earl Sweatshirt. You know, people like that inspire me. Just definitely Q-Tip and Alchemist. I said that. Fucking Pete
MC
Rock.
producer combinations.
Pete
And
Rock
pick
is like,
one.
I hope Pete Rock and DJ Premier, of course.
Mm-hmm.
That's like fucking Mount Rushmore, all them.
Yeah.
Like nobody's fucking with them.
Uh-huh.
Dope. So, so last question, kind of going back a little bit. What inspired the album artwork and title for this to the joint that you and Know It All put together? Because I love the artwork cover.
That shit was fucking last minute. Me too. Me too. I think it was cool. I seen it and it was just like it was like last minute, but it was I'm not sure what inspired. I was kind of like browsing. I was like browsing online, seeing stuff. You know,
So did you put that together?
huh?
So did you put that together then? The
Yeah,
album
yeah,
cover?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We was gonna have, we was gonna look for somebody else, but it was like last minute.
Feeling like the door of no return or the prison
Right.
window that you're looking through. Like it gives me an eerie feeling. Like you don't want to
Yeah.
be here, you don't want to see here, you don't want to
Right.
come here,
Right. That's where
like
people
that.
have surgeries at.
Yeah, or it's a psychiatric ward, like SP said.
Right.
I'm curious with your name because I keep mispronouncing it. I'm sorry and everything.
Juice.
What does your name? Does your name have? First of all, how did you get your name? And secondly, does it have any specific meaning to you or significance?
Mm. I think I used to smoke a lot. I think I was like,
He said, "I think."
I think I just smoke a lot. Nah, it was just like kind of like a freestyle type of thing. I kind of was trying to make something that nobody really had. I was trying to make like a name that was like a password type of thing, and it came off like listening to a rapper. I think Currency. I think I was like rapping like him. I just freestyling. Not that I rap, but um yeah, it was like that. That's how I made the name. I was like, oh shit. Then I made that like an Instagram name. So I was like, oh, let me just keep it.
Yeah, it's really dope. And I always
Right.
it stands out. I always know who you are.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not a name that's used a lot.
Yeah, it's a fucking password. It's like you're not gonna crack that.
So you dropped Store Run, which is kind of a beat.
Yeah.
I call it a tape,
Yeah,
but
beat check, exactly.
that's because I'm of a certain age. But you have you have Patty Honcho on on this one. How did that come about? Because and another thing, how do you come up with the names for the beats? Because they tickle the shit out of me. Some of them.
I spend a lot of time doing that, like from conversation, really, from conversation, things that I see. Like I think Cancer Carl was like a graffiti artist, and I seen that
Mm,
shit in the subway, and I was like, oh shit, fucking boom, we got a name. You log that in, you
mm.
log it in, and then you find a beat that matches that name. It's a lot. I do a lot. I do a lot for no reason. I mean, for good reason. You know?
Yeah, because if you're looking up one of your beats, 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna find anything with that name. But what was it like working with Patty Honcho?
Patty Honcho, that was good. Patty Honcho is talented as hell. My boy is good. He's good
Hmm.
everywhere. It was like I just sent it to him, sent the beat to him, knowing I'm like, oh, somebody really good has to be. Not that everybody I work with is good, you know.
Mm.
But you know, I was like, since it's the only feature, you know, they gotta come on with it. So I was like, Patty Honcho could do that for me. When I found the beat, I was like, oh shit, I hear Patty Honcho on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I sent it to him like a week later. Madness.
How long did it take him to send it back?
Like a week or some shit.
Oh,
It's
cool.
fucking yeah. He's good.
So when you
He's
make a
good. Or
beat,
less.
so when you make a beat, you can hear like the voice texture, like this person's voice goes with this, or this person's demeanor goes with this concept that I'm rhyming. Like, can you hear all of that as a producer?
Yeah, definitely. I think like while it's being made, more yeah, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. That's how I send the beats actually.
Do you prefer to do like full projects versus just having features?
Full project.
Like producing a whole project versus just doing like having a single out with an art. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like full projects, but they're just like time consuming. It's time consuming and it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
For
your
like my
last
ideas.
single, your last single, niggas really don't got beat money. Killed me.
Yeah.
I listened to it
I
just the
giggle. I
other day.
giggle
It
every
tickled
time.
the shit out of me.
I giggle. I giggle. Like, I get it though. It's like beats are necessary to pay, but it's like you need me, I need you. Like, what are we gonna do? Pay me, I pay you. Whatever. Just let's work something out. Let's get money. Stop free beats. Come on. I'm trying to be professional out here.
Was that
Fucking have
was
some integrity.
Put some respect on my name.
Please.
was
God
that
damn.
name was that name in a moment of frustration?
What's that? A movie?
I say, was that name was
I mean the title.
that title was that given in a moment of frustration?
Which title? Which title we talking about?
Niggas really don't got beat money.
No. Oh, that's a good story. That's from somebody that I contacted. They got a famous rapper on it. He paid the famous rapper on it. Didn't pay me, and I had to do that to have a IRSC code out.
Mm.
So it was like a strategy, but I think I'm gonna be getting paid for that song, and it's gonna be coming out. So I guess niggas do really got to be money. Niggas really do got to be money.
It just was delayed. It was like
Yeah,
3 to 5
it
days
was just
shipping and handling. No
miscommunication. It was just
overnight.
miscommunication.
No prime for
It
the
was just
beats.
miscommunication. Yeah.
Now you got to call your production Prime Beats. I got to get paid overnight. When I deliver it, I expect that cha-ching on
Amazon
cash.
Prime, right?
Yeah, overnight you got to pay me.
I like money in
Yo,
chat.
the beats that you did with back. Please wait. I hope I didn't get this wrong. The beats you did with back with Sweetie. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
Them joints was fire. Tell me about like meeting up with her and working on that out, working on that project.
I think I only got like one beat on that album. I was supposed to have two, but she I think somebody else used that beat. I think Echo some shit. But yeah, I sent that to her like how I do beats. It's like I heard her on it. I was like, oh shit, I can hear back with Sweetie on this shit. And she sent it to me, and I was like, I couldn't like not believe. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really believe what she like how she sent it, like what she was saying on that type
Mm.
of beat. It was like because I named the beat Coffee and I sent it to her. I sent it at like I typed it in coffee because it sounded like oh shit, I would like to drink coffee with this shit. And then she started rapping about coffee shit. And I was like fucking. She knew the assignment and she came with it. She knew the assignment. Shout out to Breakfast Maybe and Know It All. And Patty on show and everybody we talking about. Shout out myself. Shout out to y'all.
Yo, big up yourself too
So
for for being an equal opportunity provider. A lot of people are not given. I don't think so. There's not enough women MCs out there doing it, and for a
mm,
person coming up, you to see the talent, put your brand behind it, put the beat behind it. I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? That you're reaching
yeah,
out for women, man. And I
yeah.
hope I hope you
I like
continue that
women
route.
more than men.
Oh, amen. Amen.
Just I don't know. I get along with more women more than men.
Oh, okay, okay.
You already know how niggas be. I'd rather be chilling with women than men any day.
Yeah, I kind of wondered that, like as a producer, because is it different working with a woman versus working with a male on the production? Or do you get
Yeah,
influence from different
yeah.
men?
It usually is. So it depends though, because everybody's busy. You know, like everybody's busy. That's one thing. But it really depends on like people and what's going on in their life. Kind of. It's like I think women are easy to work with. To be honest, they're just like I guess like level headed. They're just like they just reason.
They
Men are just
probably
like
more appreciative
ah.
too. They probably more
Mm,
appreciative too. Like I'm not getting as many tracks and whatever, and it's probably a harder fight
mm,
for them.
mm,
So when they get it, it's like I gotta blaze this. One, I'm hungry, and
mm,
two, I'm giving opportunities. I could be totally wrong, but that probably is a part of the approach
that's
as
true.
well, because how people approach them or don't approach them.
Yeah, they come out sideways to women. I've heard. Hell yeah, so unnecessary. If you don't have a sister,
I just hope that, yeah, I just hope, like, I'm going way off here, but like when women have to come get their car fixed and this and that, I just hope that dudes ain't like, taking advantage of them. Like, oh yeah, for you need a whole carburetor and blah blah blah, 5,000. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They might get that tax. That might
yeah,
not be necessary.
absolutely,
And I hope
absolutely. That just sucks.
Yeah.
That just sucks.
You know, Ball and Chain is one of my most favorite beats from you. From
Really, wow. That's a
I I love
wow.
that beat. It's so odd and it's so well done.
Really,
And I
I need to
always
listen to that
want,
shit again.
huh?
Actually, I need to listen to that shit. I don't really remember it. Once it's like one and done. I make something and listen to it a lot, then it's like, oh my god, never again, ever again.
Yeah, I
I
listened
listen.
to that beat and I always wondered how what made you do what you did to that sample, because it's so odd and I always want to hear somebody rap on it.
Mm,
I want to hear somebody rap on that, see what somebody can do with it, because it is so good.
that's
You
interesting. I don't
Yeah,
even
you
remember
gotta
what that
go
sounds
back
like.
and
That
listen
beat.
to it.
I don't even remember what that beat sounds like. To be honest, it's like I think I have an idea, but it's. I don't think so.
You know what? Let me find it.
Oh
I'm gonna
shit.
play it for you.
I was gonna do it, but I was like, uh, mm,
Cause I love that beat. Let me
that's
pull up
crazy.
my Spotify.
That's crazy. I really.
While she's doing that, I'm not sure it won't take too long, but like, as far as like promoting yourself, do you find it easier with like with with social media? Like, how does that impact your ability to find people to work with or people to find you?
Mm, well, social media. I'm like selective, so it's like I'm probably gonna reach out to you on social media, but I'm probably terrible at promoting. I don't do it enough, but it's like I'm always. It's a hard balance. Promoting, being independent is definitely harder than people think. It's like not only do you have to create, it's like you have to. It's coming out. Everything is out of pocket. The creations is out of pocket. That shit's crazy.
Hmm.
But it's like, yeah,
You mean for equipment, records, and all that? You mean like that?
equipment, records. If you want it to sound good, you gotta pay to get it mixed. You gotta pay for the artwork. The artwork is not cheap, depending on who it is. or what idea you have, or what style. The records aren't cheap that I buy personally. Sound packs. It's fucking money. It's money. Features, features is crazy. But it's like that's what you got to do when you want, a big project. I
So
want to do
here it
a big
go.
project.
This my favorite one.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I always want to hear somebody rap on that because I'm like, I want to know, um, I want to know who can actually pull that beat off.
I mean, it's a weird beat, right?
Yeah, but it's a good one, and I like weird beats. This,
Um,
yeah, I like stuff like that's
okay.
why I love Backwoods Sweetie so much because she's able to find those pockets in
Yeah,
those
she
kind
does.
of beats.
She definitely does. She knows what she's
Mhm.
doing. She knows what she's doing.
What kind of equipment do you use?
The MPC 1
Mm,
and a turntable, audio, some terms. What is it called? Audio Technica. It's
mm-hmm,
fire. Audio Technica is fire.
mm-hmm. Do you play any instruments?
Probably like the drums I play. I'll
Mm-hmm.
play like drums. Sorry, my fault. I'll play like the drums like a little like piano, but not crazy.
Oh, okay.
I
So
try.
you the second person who said that uh you played pencil.
Mm.
Was you one of those? Was you able to do all the little tricks they do with the pencil?
No, but it was like drumming. It was like not the like sliding. Like yeah, yeah, of course. Gotta make it sound good. You gotta make it sound good. Anything to make it sound good.
So,
Yeah,
what was it like working with Knowledge the Pirate?
that was good. That was good. It was like probably started when I first started making beats. I think we followed each other then, and I was sending him like my first beats ever. Like when
Mm-hmm.
I first started sampling, I made like some.
Mm-hmm.
I think I named it like Black Superhero Music. I think that shit's still fire to this day. That beat.
Mm-hmm.
I might send it to you guys or like we send you a link if I have it. I don't know. I sent him that shit. He's like, yo, I fuck with it. So I'm like, okay. If he fuck with it, he probably will get on my beats either way if I paid him or not. So I'm like, okay, he likes me enough. So I'm like, all right, how much? I asked him his price or whatever, and that's how that worked out. Excuse me, that's how that shit worked out.
He's such a dope MC.
Yeah, he's fine.
Who's some other artists that you would like to collaborate with in the future?
Mm. I think people sound. Um, I kind of, I give I kind of ask for recommendations, like who sounds from like my fans personally. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, in a private conversation. I'm mad private. That's why you probably never see my fucking face. But like that's how I do it. I just ask people like, oh, what do you think sounds? Or I hear, how I hear it, how I hear the beat,
Mm-hmm.
or see what's that's when I have to outsource and kind of like listen to new music that's out, and it's like, oh, this kind of sounds like my beats, and I'm like, oh, good pair. Who would I work with? Back to your question. Willie the Kid would sound good on my beats. Action Bronson, but these, that's a lot of money. I don't got Action
Mm-hmm.
Bronson money. I would love to
Yeah.
though. What is the kid? Action Bronson would sound good. Of course, Rock Marciano would sound great on my beats. Kai would sound great on my beats. Navy Blue would sound great on my beats. Earl, the people I guess that inspire me. Shout out to fucking them also.
I think Vic Spencer would sound good on your beats.
Shout out to Big Spencer. I think
Hmm.
I am
my boy
God.
has something in the works with him.
Dope. That would
Yeah.
be dope.
I think
I'm a
yeah.
big Vic Spencer fan, so
Oh
there's that.
really? Okay. That's interesting. That's dope. Nah, he's fire. He's fire.
And King
I heard
James. I am God and King James. Yeah, Vic
fucking
Spencer's
King
fire.
James. I am God and King James. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna work. Yeah, these
Hmm.
people like I gotta work with them. Yeah, they're also like selective on shit just like me. So sometimes I kind of
Hmm.
like, damn, you don't like this beat? Take it personal. Like, you don't like this beat? Shit, I might
It's
not
my
send you a beat.
best.
I might not send you a beat for a while. I don't know.
So you have to have. So you feel like you have to have like thick skin to deal with this, like to take that rejection,
Yeah,
because artists are very sensitive. So even as a producer, you think you have to have thick skin, or yo, that shit ain't mixed right.
like
Yo,
this
that beat
beat.
ain't, that thing ain't
Yeah,
cracked. It sound different.
right. Yeah, you have to have a little thick skin. It's like okay, it's just not for that person. That's all it is. It's just not for you.
Hmm.
Just somebody else is gonna like it and do something cool with it. But it's just you don't like it. It's just them. It's just personal. It's personal. Not personal. It's personal for them.
Has somebody
If
ever
that makes
picked one of
sense.
your beats and you was like, and it kind of surprised you that they went with that beat?
Mm. Yeah, some of the beats that we made for Soul Surgery. I was like, why
Hmm.
would you? He would get upset at me. I'm like, why would you even pick this? He's like, why would you make it? He's like, why would you even make it then?
He was like,
It's
I
like,
thought that was for an interlude or intro or outro. What kind? I
yeah,
thought this was
some
like
shit like that.
background music. He's like,
Right,
nah, stretch it out. I want it to be a whole track. He's like,
right.
what? It wasn't
I was
meant for
like,
that.
yeah, I was like, don't use this beat. You can record it. And he's like, yo, a lot of clashing with that. It's like, why
Or,
would you make
or
something?
don't send it to me. Or don't send it to
Right.
me if you don't want me to use it. That's
It's like,
hilarious.
it's not, but it's up. It's not up to me what I like. It's not up to me. If you like it, then. But if I really, really don't like a beat, it's like, that's when I have to send him beats that I like also and that he would like.
Hmm.
I guess I have to. Yeah, that's what I got to do. I'm learning. I'm still learning. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be sometimes somewhat challenging when an artist is opinionated and kind of off the beaten path, and
Right.
you're trying to figure out a way to collaborate in a way where both of you are satisfied.
Right.
When it comes to that point, how do you navigate those waters?
Mm. I think that's when like we talk about like, oh, is this good enough to put out?
Hmm.
And then we come to that like agreement. It's like, oh, if this is good enough to put out, then shit, let's put it out. If we both like it, it's like okay. It's like we both know when something's special. I guess
Hmm.
me and the artist, not specifically knowing all, but yeah. But some beats is like okay, I might not like it, but if you like it, somebody else might like it also. But that's where like people trust me. People definitely do trust me. I appreciate that.
So when it comes to the sequencing of an album, um, do you normally take care of that, and do you let the artist do it, or is it just a joint decision?
No, I'm gonna do that shit. I wouldn't say I have control in this. It was like,
I
it's
was
like
just thinking that allegedly as a therapist, but I was just wondering.
oh,
Like,
you're a therapist.
hopefully,
That's dope.
yeah,
That's dope.
allegedly.
That's dope. I like fucking therapy. That's interesting. But it's not that I have control in issues, but it's like I don't think you could sequence the shit better than me. And I'm not very, I'm not, I'm not very competitive, but I could be. But it's just, I trust my ear. I'm good with music. Not
Mm.
that I'm better than music, but I know what the fuck I'm doing, even though I don't know what I'm doing. But I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. That makes sense.
So
But I
wait, but
know what song when I hear the BPM and I make the beat, so it's like I know what how shit.
but is it like based on pitch? Like I know you just said right. So is it based on pitch, tempo, sound? Like when you're sequencing, because I think that is the hardest. I've heard
Mm,
some albums that I love, and the second song will throw the rest of the album off, and I have to
mm,
sometimes kind of go, or it's the
that's
biggest
fucking
song or whatever. I don't want to like say which artist, but I've heard reggae albums that were kind of sequenced wrong. I've heard hip hop
oh
albums that were sequenced wrong, or last minute, like Erica Badu, she changed the whole Mama's Gun in the last minute because
yeah
she felt it was not done. You
yeah.
kind of just started to say it, but how do you know that it is like after you're done sequence, you keep playing it, then you change it around? Like, how do you know pitch wise, tempo, sound that this is the right
Specifically,
quote unquote order? This does fit together like a puzzle.
it's just I think that comes from like knowing how I'm not sure if I'm correlating it right, but just like how when somebody writes a book, the last page makes sense with the last page ties to the the first page ties into the last page. Like if it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make sense, it all has to sonically make sense. BPMs are like you can't have an out of pocket. It all just has to blend. Just like certain words like blend. You have to like keep certain things in mind. Like does this sound like is this smooth? Like if it's just how you said those reggae albums. I listen to reggae a lot, and those shits be fucking bumpy. It's just like what the hell? How did how did you put that song next to this song?
I
Mm-hmm.
think because it's more based on hits or radio play or whatever. I guess with reggae,
Yeah,
sometimes they just throw together a bunch of like these were the big tunes on the radio. You know what I mean? And I
right,
guess they don't have exactly that quote unquote album concept or whatever. It's like, yo, these are the tunes that made you quote unquote bust, and then we put them together. But then sometimes it doesn't
right.
quite fit. And then hip hop be a different thing. It's like, nah, we just picking two or three. We're gonna do some videos. This is it, and then the
Right.
rest is like quote unquote not
Should be
filler,
all
but
over the place. Right.
album cuts. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Right. No, you're right. It's crazy.
Morgan.
So when you have an artist that's kind of hard to please, and you're you're making beats and making beats and making beats, and they're all like, no, 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 no. When do you decide that okay, I maybe you need to go somewhere else?
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna tell you like
Just keep
after a
going.
certain amount of time, it's like yeah, we probably shouldn't be working together then. It's like if we, it's not working. If you don't hear it, because
Mm,
I trust my ear. If you don't hear it, then it's like I'm not gonna force you. Like you know, that's a sign. Was like if I send you a certain amount of beats and you're just like, oh, you got something else, and it's like probably not gonna respond to you. And then no shade. It's just like there's nothing we can.
You're
My
like
fault
time
about
is
that.
limited. I don't have time to be wasting, waiting on you, whatever.
Yeah, it's just no. It's like it's not. Yeah, exactly. We're just not wasting time, kind of. But like, yeah, it's just we're not. It's not clicking.
yeah.
Another question SP has asked before, producers, and I think it's pertinent here. I don't know if it pertains, but I think it does. Have you ever worked with somebody? What do you do if like an artist doesn't really want to be quote unquote produced? Because SP was saying, I don't know which producer we asked this with, but sometimes I think it's hard. Like people don't take criticism or what's the word? Constructive criticism or feedback, and it's like they don't even want to be produced, so to speak. Like they're the pro, they're the this, they're the that. And you might hear something. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you've ever come up with that or whatever, but sometimes an artist does need to want to be produced.
All right.
You know,
Have I ever? have ever that happened to me.
Yeah, where they're just giving, you're telling them you're trying to produce the album, but they're giving you a whole lot of pushback.
Why they be? What's the reason them pushing it back?
Well, it's some from
It,
it's some,
sometimes it could be if they're not, if they've either they're too overconfident in themselves, or maybe
Mm,
they're new to it. They've never been
Or
produced before.
OGs and be like, you can't tell me nothing, youngin, or whatever.
right,
Sometimes
right,
people don't want to be produced. I just want, but it seems like you probably
right.
have had it. But I was just wondering if that's happened before.
I think so. Just like when somebody thinks that like their verse is good, and it's just like, this is not it.
You're like, come again, yeah, and they don't want to exactly. Like, what do you
Yeah,
do in
I'm
that
not. This is
instance?
not it. Um, most people appreciate it. Most people, you know, don't like me at first. Not don't like it. They're just like, what? You don't like it? They might not say it, but it's kind of like, I'm not sure if it's refreshing for them, but I'm not gonna. I can't lie to people. I'm not. I'm never lying. I'm not good at lying. Never have been.
You gonna
I'm not
take what
gonna.
I give you?
Yeah, just take what I give you, and if you don't like it, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you if it's not good. If that verse is not good,
mm,
because I'm not trying to put out fucking mediocre shit.
yeah,
That's like wasting time and money.
exactly.
But you do have to make mediocre shit to find, it's fucking stuff. You just gotta make beats. You have to just produce. You have to make a product.
Hmm.
Where have most of your like when people approach you, where do they come to you?
What for beats?
Yeah, like how, like what like where
Um,
are most people finding you?
it's probably like Twitter. Twitter, firstly, secondly, Instagram. Yeah,
You're not
a
making no
few
TikTok
times.
beats?
Nah, I had a TikTok. But I'm like, yo, this is not for me. I'm not even trying to. I don't even want TikTok. I don't want that audience. They're like 13-year-olds. I don't have no issue with 13-year-olds, but I'm I'm in my 30s, my
Hmm.
early 30s. I'm not that I don't relate to children. Like I could be silly, but I don't want to be around minors. That's not my thing.
Hmm.
TikToks for kids.
TikToks
You
for
know, they said
kids.
TikToks for kids.
Yeah,
TikToks for
TikToks for
kids.
kids.
That's hilarious. Get grown man beats over here.
Grown man beats. Exactly. It's just I don't know. Nah, grown men be on TikTok, but it's like I don't know. It's just too
But
much.
they
That's
ain't got
another thing
grown
I have
men
to deal with.
budgets and grown man money. You like, yo, you
Mm,
gotta have grown man
Hmm.
money. That TikTok money ain't right.
mm. Here we go. Here we go.
So,
But
what's something you're hoping to accomplish by the end of the year? Since we're at the halfway point now.
mm, that's a nice halfway point. To get this goddamn album out, this new album that I'm working on. I don't want to really name. This would be a great time to tell you the name of it, but I'm not gonna take that opportunity.
This ain't gonna drop probably till,
Oh
a little
shit.
while anyway. But why you think it'll be like fourth quarter?
No, I mean that's how I do with music. Like I just don't tell people the names and shit, and it's just kind of like
Till it's done,
unexpected.
till it's
Yeah,
ready.
till
That's
it's
what's
done
up.
is like yeah, because I might have to do some erasing, some drawbacks, something like deleting. So it's like I don't want to say anything.
You can't
Yeah, I learned
oh,
that the hard way from telling people ahead of time was
Right, right.
especially on what day something is dropping. Like,
That
nope,
shit never benefits me. Never goes the way I plan. So
never.
it's like
it sound like Biggie. I drop unexpectedly like
expectedly
bird
like
shit.
bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
word.
crazy when I said that. That same thing popped up in my head.
Yeah, when you said that, that's exactly what I thought. That's what's up. It's like I drop
Be right here.
unexpectedly like bird shit.
We're
Word.
here.
But can you explain like not well? It's up to you. Is it like a compilation? Is it a one focus thing? Can you just give us Without giving us too
Yeah.
much, is there a way to kind of describe what it is we should be expecting, or what it's going to kind of be like?
It's gonna be more, less, less beats, more rapping. Grim Marcello, somebody I work with, he's gonna be rapping more. He's good. Um, he's gonna be on it more. um, more rapping. It's gonna be. It has to do with like my OG name. It's gonna be like a, I guess, a smoke album, whatever the fuck. It's gonna be dope. More
Wasn't he
features.
on? Wasn't he on Double Down?
He was. He was like one of the one out of two features with J2K. Shout out J2K from fucking Syracuse.
Shout out Syracuse.
Yeah,
So
Grim
this is to like
Marcello, he was
highlight
on.
people around you. This is to highlight people that you want to highlight and that have been working with you.
It's people that I'm trying to work with, people that sound good on my beats. People
Mm-hmm.
that I haven't worked with yet, that people that you guys may not heard of, people that I want to put on, like, oh shit, oh, I know you, you might sound good on my beats. I don't really like people. I'm not really social. So it's like I kind of have to like pay people that I like. Nah, I do like people. I'm not talking bullshit. I like people.
I was about to say you picked the
That's
wrong profession. This is a very people intensive
right.
profession.
Nah,
That's
like
like
I
me
love
being yo,
people
I'm a
though.
therapist. I can't stand people, man. They get on my nerves. And they do. People do get on my nerves. But
Right. Love and hate
we're still in
relationship.
professions where it's people intensive. So we have to learn
Right.
how to but producers tend to be recluses though, and like kind of nerds and
Yeah.
geeky, and y'all could disappear like in that studio spaceship and like zone out, where it's like people got to pull y'all to get back into society. And that's I'm
That's
not I'm
crazy.
just gonna say that from what I know, like being around music for years. I can't front. Y'all are kind of like y'all will get in your own zone and just be like tinkering away like
Yeah.
MacGyver, and it's like, hello, the world's out here, and y'all become lab rats, not showering for days, hair
Yeah.
growing beards, looking like weirdos, coming out
That's
like, oh
crazy.
shoot, hello, welcome to
Yeah.
planet Earth. What,
Yeah.
like, how do you keep that
You might
balance?
see
Like,
me for 1 week. You might not see me for the whole month.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
My
come back with
neighbors,
50
my own
beats.
neighbors, my own neighbors.
Own family.
They're
So
Yeah.
like,
what?
yo,
Like, how do you keep that
people
balance?
think I
Because
moved
y'all
and
do
shit.
kind of go on a rampage sometimes, man. I'm in my zone. I'm feeling it, and it's like, hello, OG. Well, you got other things to handle. Hello, you need to shower. Like,
Right. Listen, I wash my ass. No, I'm fucking with you. But
allegedly.
allegedly, that's your favorite. That's your word. How do I? It's balance, right? That's balance. It's just exactly that. Fucking balancing, knowing when to drop these fucking records, and getting inspiration from fucking talking to weird ass people and cool people and looking at stuff, and it's like, yo, sometimes like you gotta know when to go outside and fucking talk to people and shit. Can't be in the crib making fucking beats all day and shit. My fault. This shit just killed me.
Because
There
Kanye
we go.
West said, "Joe, I spent 3 summers making that," and I think he literally like disappeared for them 3 summers. I don't know what. I think that was on College Dropout. He said, "I disappeared for 3 summers on my spaceship," but it helped him. But then that motherfucker disappeared. Same with RZA. RZA said, "Joe, for 3 to 4 years, he's like, I was not functioning properly. I was just a lab rat
Yo,
making. You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?"
like
So
that's I'm going through that right now. To be honest, I was just at a public function and people
Mm-hmm.
didn't even know I was there.
Oh yeah.
I was just always in the back.
they forgot what you look like. They're like, "Yo, I ain't seen you in so long. I forgot what you look like."
I I can relate because I'm the girl that's in the club reading a book. So I,
Wow,
they
it's too
invite me
dark
out,
though.
and I'm like in the corner with my earbuds in, listening to an audiobook. So
That makes sense. That's cool. Yeah. I'm I'm I will be doing the same thing, but next to the speaker, like
mm,
right next to the speaker, looking at everybody, making sure they don't come too close and
yeah,
stuff like that.
Social distancing before social distancing. Imagine
King
SP
of social
listening to
distance.
an audio book at the tunnel or something. Remember
well,
the
Yeah.
tunnel record?
it's because I'm hood adjacent. So
Mm-hmm.
I pay attention to everything around me all the time.
That sounded like Lupe
And
Fiasco.
that audio
Put a
book
J
keep
Got
me
to.
from being distracted where I can't see somebody coming.
Right. Right. But you can't hear me either, though.
Yeah, but I can see them. All I need to do is keep my back to the wall and
Okay. I got you. Yeah.
see
Hey,
them
you good.
coming and
That's
know
good.
where the exits are.
I respect it. Yeah, exactly. That's gotta know where
Yeah.
those fucking exits are.
When you
My fault.
Does
you good.
OG really have a pager? Let me find out. New
No,
Jack City.
not a pager. That's my fucking phone.
When you
My fault.
no, you good. When I just had just some rapid fire questions so people can get to know you. This is my favorite part.
Ooh, okay.
Pancakes or waffles?
I think Black Shadori. I seen a clip of Black Shadori answer this. Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Pancakes or waffles?
I think he was the first one we started with the rapid fire
That's
joints.
good. That's good. I think I prefer shit. I'm gonna go with a waffle because the syrup it has like little creases to the syrup because it's chilling.
Mm.
I'll take a waffle. Toast a waffle.
It's got little, the little wells so
Little
to serve
creases,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Right. I'll take a waffle. Nice toasted
Um,
waffle.
does pineapple belong on pizza?
Pineapple belong on pizza. If you're feeling in the pineapple mood, I don't know. Sometimes you can put anything on pizza though. Yeah, it belongs on pizza.
Oh no, we're gonna be done now.
Oh no.
No.
I don't order it. I don't order it.
All right,
I
then we're
don't
good.
order it. I
Listen,
don't order
don't
it.
backpedal, OG. No wrong answers, man.
No, it's
You
just
stand
people like what
firm
they
in
like.
that, man.
People like what they like.
Yeah, you
People
stand
like what they
firm
like.
in that. You
I
slap a
never
cat, you take the Oscar, you don't go backpedaling. We slapping
I
people
might
when we
eat
winning
it.
Oscars,
I
man.
might
We ain't
eat it. I
backpedaling.
might eat it.
I'm
You
just
might
I
eat
might
playing.
eat
it.
at Domino's. I might. But
You
you never
never
know.
had hold up. You never
What?
had pineapple on pizza? Never, ever, 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 ever?
No, definitely. I remember one
All
time when I
right,
was 7.
okay then.
Mainly when I was 7, because I was like the first time. I was like 10 or some shit. And I was like,
And you were
this is not
forced.
it. Yeah, it was like, this is not it. Like,
Okay,
this
so that
was,
Morgan
I
likes
thought
you.
it was a
She likes you.
mistake. I thought it was a mistake. Yeah. I don't like it. I
Has it
So
agree
done
with
it
Morgan.
since?
No, it does make, man, next question. It's just preference. I don't know.
He wants to
so
be
It
polite.
doesn't belong. It's a fruit. It's a fruit. No,
There
but
you
so is
go.
a tomato.
This ain't a
I
fruit
don't know.
pizza. We want
this
meat.
is this is a hypothetical.
Okay. No, it doesn't belong. It's only meats, sauce, cheeses, not a
OG,
fruit.
you're
I'm
very
not gonna put
conflicted about this. This is like a
right,
a
right.
It's
world a solving world hunger type of question right here.
I mean,
Blue pill or red pill?
I wouldn't put an orange on a pizza, so
Yeah, this is a hypothetical.
it does not belong. I stand
Would you
firm.
have sex with a girl with no nose?
No nose.
Gotta feel his nose while he's doing it.
That shit's important.
Very.
I know nose is prominent. You know, that's like the first. It's like a,
It's the middle of your face.
Everything on her is bomb. She is fine. She just had that hole right there.
no,
What
she
villain
would
is
look like a
that
mummy. She would
from
look like a
M?
mummy.
What is that? Shoot. It's got a red face. The Hydra dude, Hydra from the Captain America movies.
Oh,
Doesn't he just have like? That's a skull, isn't it? He just has
shit, I
like
don't even know.
Yeah. Let's go
I
with
don't.
with the thing. You're right. Yeah.
No, I absolutely not. Absolutely not. I just couldn't. I'll just no. I wouldn't be mean or anything, but I was like, no, this is not it. Because I have to look at you. You know. I would feel bad.
Even with the lights off?
Fucking no. No, like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'll be sad. I'll be
Rain
sad
check.
a lot. Right, rain check.
He said I'd be sad.
I'll be fucking sad.
Shout out to Patrice. That was
Patrice
I,
O'Neal?
yeah.
Hmm.
That was
He probably said he would, right?
huh?
He probably said
Oh
he
yeah.
would.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course he would. Yeah, he's wild. Rest in peace. Oh boy.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
good.
so if you had any place in the world to live for a short period of time, what would that place be?
That is a good question. A short time.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I have enough resources and shit to like
Mm-hmm.
to sustain
Everything.
myself? Where would I live? It would definitely be in America. It would either be California or like Miami.
Mm.
I like the sun. I like the sun. It would be on the East Coast or shit. I gotta pick one place, right? I would go to Miami. I like Miami a lot.
The place that you would like to perform overseas.
Somewhere where they appreciate hip hop. Somewhere in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know they appreciate hip hop a lot.
Yeah.
Like fucking Prague or some shit. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. Prague or Prague.
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 Prague. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Dope.
Somewhere like a little country like that. Or fucking Nigeria. Fucking South Africa fucks with me. I would like to perform in South Africa. Fuck Europe. I'll take it to
Mm-hmm.
Africa.
Oh wow, people have reached out to you from Africa and like saying, "Yo, we like your beats."
Yeah,
That's
I
dope.
reached out to them. Some people think it's fucking weird. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you like a certain artist and I see it, I might go in your DM like, yo, here's my music. It's kind of similar, not in that
Mm-hmm.
way, but it's like, yo, you be respectful. Yeah, I'm kind of cool supporters. I was gonna say fans, but fans is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that, like, how, like, what you think about international hip hop as a producer, or and as a lover of hip hop anyway, just as a producer and as someone part of the culture. Like,
How do I
how
feel
do you
about
feel about international hip hop?
it? That just to me says that like people of color and black people is like just more powerful than we think. Cause like hip hop is everywhere. It's
Mm-hmm.
just sprinkled fucking everywhere. It just says how powerful we are as a people. It's fucking
So,
transcends stuff.
as a producer, like, how how like open are you like to working with artists who don't speak English, like they rap in another language?
That's a good fucking question. Shit, Morgan.
She's
I'm
Barbara
not sure.
Walters on this shit. She's the
Barbara
Barbara
Walters,
Walters of boom bap
she
hip
got the
hop.
fucking got the Grammys, the Emmys, whatever the hell, the Tonys.
Pulitzer
One of them.
Prize.
There we go. That was a good question. I'm not sure because it's like I'm not sure what you're saying. The samples is kind of different because it's like not that I trust them not to say something negative because they could be. There's like example, there was somebody I work with and we found out that he said like some racist shit towards like Jewish people or some shit, or like gay people or some shit. It was like, and like we kind of cut him off. So and I think he was like from England or some shit. But that's like the thing. Like I don't really know what you're saying. I'll probably or that's a good question.
You'd almost need to build really build a relationship before you would jump into that kind. Yeah, I understand that.
Right.
And I guess that he would have to know what the artist is about and what their message is about. I have a question here about your music. What would you like your music to do to people or affect people overall? Because as a producer, there has to be, yes, everybody has their words, but what do you think you want your music to do overall to people or for people?
Just to feel like some type of emotion, whatever emotion that is that you feel, just to get you feeling something. And I want you to feel fucking. I want you, I guess, to feel how I feel when I made the beat. It's like, oh shit, this should make me fucking want to shed a tear, maybe, almost, you know? Like, sometimes I wonder that, like, oh, does other people feel the same way? And sometimes it doesn't, but that's the game. But yeah, it's just to have, like, a feeling, get you feeling something, or moving, or just within, like, the first 5 to 15 seconds, just like, oh, I want you to immediately to like it.
So on that note, like when you're making those, are you making them based off of how you're like to match what you're feeling, or to change how you're feeling when you're making a beat? Like how?
That's a good question. To match how I'm feeling. So it's usually to match how I'm feeling.
Sort of like that way to get it out.
Yeah, so like I always tell people like my samples is how like I speak. Like my samples kind of not define me, but kind of like they kind of speak. You listen to the samples, like I think it's like I'm kind of like telling you something.
Or they're an extension of your personality persona.
Exactly.
So it'd be like because you're not the one rapping on it. Like that's your voice.
That's my voice, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So the name of the show is Powaful Impact.
I like that name.
Thank you.
We like it too.
Who are the three?
Allegedly.
Who are the 3 people in your life that gave you a powerful impact up to this point?
I'd probably say my mother. I would also say Malcolm X. I would also say fucking Tupac. Can I say those 2?
Yeah. And
There's
why?
No wrong, and why? Yeah, no wrong answers. Those are great answers, by the way.
Really?
Wow. Nobody said those.
Yeah, that was fast. My fault. That was those because when I found out about those people, excluding my mom, because I always knew my mom, obviously. Like these people like changed my life. As soon as like I found out about them, it's like probably like a piece of me changed when I found out about them. It was like, oh shit. It's like I have to, be, standards and a certain way to carry yourself. Yeah, those people most impacted me the most powerful.
Dope.
Right.
So, you have any shout outs or promos you want to give right now?
Shout out to us for being on here, right? Shout out to Morgan. Shout out to USP, Nev, of course, myself. Shout out to everybody I work with, Know It All, fucking Knowledge of Pirate, Dr. Sweetie. I could go on forever. Morning Rhyme.
Patty Hunt Show.
It's like Sketchy Kid. It's like literally too many names. Scal Beats, Calabees, Furious Styles. It's like we don't have the time for all this.
We're still waiting on that crew name, like for all y'all.
Oh shit!
That's how you came on my radar.
Yeah.
You came on my radar through them. I kept seeing you. I was like, wow, first this Avatar was dope. Then I heard the
That's
music,
it.
and I said, I gotta get this guy on. I gotta get this guy on. You kept ducking me, but
That's dope.
I said we gotta
Oh
pick your
yeah,
name.
I don't really like any. I'm not social.
I
That's what it
know,
is.
I know.
I
Allegedly, I
am.
know, I know.
I am, but I'm not. You know.
And I
I
thank you a lot for doing
specifically
this.
followed you just for the name. When I seen your name, like I'm
Mm.
following him. I don't know what he do.
But he
I
putting it out
appreciate
there.
that. I
Sorry, I
appreciate
didn't mean
that.
to cut you off, but yeah, what Morgan was saying was dope. Like what we everybody we've approached, there needs to be a crew name
We're
and a
waiting for a
collective,
crew name.
like a
Yeah.
native tongues. It needs to be, Wu Tang, whatever.
Oh, that'd
It
be
just
dope.
needs to be something that's like a loose collective name that say, hey, this is us. It ain't gotta be official, but this is us. You know what I mean? And it would
That's
be
dope.
dope if y'all maybe even a compilation album. That's the album, and every producer do one track. All of
Mm.
y'all artists,
I
come
think there
on
is a
it,
comp. There definitely is a compilation album that some of us are going to
and
be
I'll be
on.
the executive
Oh,
producer
that's
for like
dope.
10%,
Yeah.
There
allegedly.
That
definitely
would
is.
be. That's gonna be dope.
Some of us are missing. Some of us are
Hmm.
missing, but there's a lot of people that are named. We're gonna even more. But yeah, we should definitely have a name. But I'm not sure if everyone would be with it. Like joining 12 people and 11
It's like
producers and
six
one rapper. That'd be
producers.
crazy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
six
It's a
producers,
lot.
six rappers,
right.
a lot of egos, a lot of yeah.
Like yeah.
It'd be a dope project though. It'd be
No, it
dope.
Anything,
definitely would. Definitely would.
anything you want to promote?
Mm, I'm terrible at promoting. Just my music, store run, soul surgery. What's my other stuff? Just my albums. Support me, support my music.
Yeah.
I have my link tree. On the last fucking screen is like I put appreciation center. You know, just a tips, but
Hmm.
like that's just kind of weird. It's like I'm fucking begging. I'm fucking begging here. I just want people to consume my music. That's how I want to get paid. Or buy my beats
Already, and
already.
buy his albums and put don't
Yeah,
just stream them.
buy the albums.
Go buy go buy an album. It'll be okay.
You
If they're
got
You'll
good enough to
Deezer
survive.
buy,
and
Bandcamp, right?
iHeart. Deezer and iHeart.
right?
You'll
Deezer, iHeart.
survive.
Yeah, you don't
Thank
you
you.
don't lose
Morgan
out.
asked you if you have a band camp.
I do have a Bandcamp. That's all on my link tree. I'm
Yeah.
gonna yeah. It's all on like on my Twitter and IG.
Thank you so much for coming on. We truly appreciate it.
Appreciate
I've
that.
been when I'm in the mood, I just consume beats, and
Oh
that's
word.
what I listen to. So you
So I
have
gotta
been,
make beat tapes. You saying?
yeah. I've listened to yours. That's how I have my favorites
Oh
because
shit. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Normally,
Gotcha.
anybody who follows me, if you make music, eventually I'm going to get to your music
Yeah.
and listen to it.
Can you
So
I
SP? Can you
appreciate it.
tell him like has it been
I
therapeutic for
appreciate
you? Like, what do you think you've gotten out of his beat tapes, or
it.
how's it affected you? What's the
yeah,
impact?
the what I love about his beats is he always finds a way to keep me interested. It's never boring. It's not going to go from it's not going to be the same sound all the way through. It's going to be something that's going to move you through the album. And
Right.
I always appreciate. I love that you don't always have rappers on there. I love that it's just the beat sometimes. Most of the time, there's only
Right.
one artist on the whole beat tape. And I appreciate that because when I'm listening to beat tapes, I really just only want to hear the beat.
Listen to the beats. Right. No, I get that. That's why
Yeah,
certain beats I do that with.
it doesn't matter what mood you're in with his sound, with his beats and his sound, there's something in there for everybody.
Yeah. Right.
I'm never bored.
No, I appreciate that. That means a lot. That does. Yeah, it's
And I
like,
listen to a lot of beat tapes.
right,
But I
right.
do go I do go back to the one I go back to is Double Down.
Oh wow, really? That's like
Double
my least
Down
favorite one.
is one of
That's
my
crazy.
favorites.
That's so interesting. I gotta listen to that.
You said that's your least favorite one. That's
No, it's one of
interesting.
my favorites.
No, no,
It's
no. OG
He said it
said
was
that.
his
He
least.
said it's his least
oh
favorite. Isn't
Yeah,
that
that was like
interesting?
my
A lot of
first.
people always say that too. Like that's my least. Their hit is the least favorite song. They're like, I hate my hit. You know, so that's
It's like that's
interesting.
the first things I made. Like that's like one of the first projects.
because it's I don't like I don't like stuff that's perfect. I like
Mm,
I like the stuff that keeps you thinking, and that's one of the great
appreciate
things about your beats is I'm always like, what mood was he in when he made this song?
Well,
Or
I'll be high. I'll be high a lot.
yeah.
Sometimes I'll be completely sober though. Like to make. Yeah, sometimes I can be completely sober, but mostly I'm just high, just fucking being weird, trying to make obscure beats and shit.
I love the obscurity. I love that kind of sound. So it fits me perfect.
And I hear soul in your beats. You know what I mean? Like when I've heard your beats, I feel soul in it. I feel funk in them.
I
You
definitely
have
have
a
soul.
lot of different vibes to your beats, each project, and I love
Yeah,
it.
and it's
Yeah.
always a
Yeah,
sound in the background that makes me like, what is that? What
yeah.
did he put back there?
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
layered.
good. Yeah, yeah. Definitely layered. Right. I kind of want to make you think like, oh shit, what else was that? Where did you get that from? I'm trying to really get people to guess, but
Yeah,
I just
need
feel like,
more cowbell.
oh, okay. Cowbells, I'm not really a fan. It's like the fucking 80s. That's like kind of like the 80s. Like I want to just pop, lock, and drop and shit. Fucking
Thank
thoughts.
you. Uh, you know what? One last question, and then we're gonna head out.
Okay,
Um, what do you want your legacy to be?
that's a good question. To have just the best discography maybe, or just to be the best. I just want to be the best, not to have the most money. Just somebody that I just cared. I just cared about the music that I made.
Mm-hmm.
You know that I put in thought. I put in my time. You know, it's like a child. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, that's how I want to be kind of remembered.
You said child or job, so I didn't hear that.
Like a child. Like it's like a kid. Like you want to raise your music. You want to elevate your music.
And leave it behind like an extension of yourself.
Right.
I have
Yeah.
one
That's
last question here. Sorry, go.
exactly. No, exactly. You said it.
I have one
That's
last
like the
question
only
here.
thing I'm gonna leave.
Where where would you like to see yourself, or where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
You guys have a lot of good questions. Where would I like to see?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, he loves that word. Um, I see myself not working anymore, not working at my job, even though you know it's
Going to
cool.
be your own boss.
Yeah, I want to be full time with the music. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I want to have enough time in 5 years. I'm getting paid up. I just want to pay my rent off, with this shit. I just want
Mm-hmm.
to pay my rent and go upstairs and smoke my good weed and go back downstairs and catch good air. I just want to have time to make, like, fully create. When you have a job, it's like
Mm-hmm.
kind of tie you down.
That's a good goal. I don't think people realize you don't need much as long as what you're doing is making you happy.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And you can
Thank,
sustain yourself off of it.
hmm
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Make it
Thank you
happen.
so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Peace, peace,
Powerful impact. Boom. And if you
peace,
like
man.
this, check out more videos that we got. Because after the tour quits, we're coming with more hits.